Listen, you don't need an expensive photographer. You can take amazing pictures with only your cell phone. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can start taking aesthetic pictures with only this, all right? So stay tuned, subscribe. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So as you guys see right now, I'm in beautiful Turks and Caicos. And the reason why I thought about this is because sometimes when I travel to different countries, I wanna take nice pictures without, bringing my bulky camera equipment or definitely not hiring a photographer while I'm out here. So most people have an iPhone or have an Android, all right? These tips work whether you have an iPhone or Android, so it doesn't matter, all right? So up first, number one, we got the night flash. The night flash is essentially what it entails. We're taking pictures at night, but using the external flash on our phones. Now, whenever you do this, you'll notice the lighting is gonna be ideal. It's gonna turn out super nice and it looks classy. You mostly wanna do this whenever you go out to restaurants or maybe you're out in nightlife or at a social event at night. Point is, most times it always turns out very, very good. In fact, I know some people where their whole dating app profile or even their Instagram is filled with night flash photos. Me, I've been doing this for years and each time it turns out good. Now make sure you don't get too close to yourself whenever you're doing the flash. And obviously you're gonna need help doing this, but you wanna give yourself enough space to where it doesn't wash you out. And usually, for the most part, they always turn out well. Number two is lighting. Lighting is still important whether you're using a normal camera or even a cell phone. I talked about the hand trick before, but what we wanna do is essentially see which way the sun is facing. So right here, I see the sun is mostly on the palm of my hand, so I know the sun is coming from this way. So for ideal lighting, we would actually turn and face this way. That way, the lighting is fully covering my face. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because with cell phones, it's even more important the fact that you find great lighting. Another tip you want to do too is actually use the selfie method. So you can just pull up your phone, kind of look at yourself in the selfie camera and just kind of walk around and see which way the lighting is ideal for your face. And then from there, you stay where you're at, take the photo. Up next, this is called the wide angle rule of thirds. This is more so if you wanna catch a nice scene in the background, or maybe you're at a monument or different landscape or something to where you wanna be shown in the picture, but you don't wanna take up the whole picture. This is a composition rule and it's a fairly popular one. What it means is that you're gonna place your subject in either the left or the right thirds of the photo. For example, right here, I am centered. Now, place myself in the third of the photo. Bam. So that's literally what you do, except you do it more in a vertical sort of format. This way it gives context to the picture without you being completely in the picture itself. Now, iPhone, I'm pretty sure Android does too, have these grid lines that are separated in a perfect fashion to where you can either center your subject in the left or the right thirds. And when I say the wide angle, this works really well if you use 0.5x or some sort of wide angle lens within your cell phone camera. Don't use 1x or don't zoom in because that gives more of a portrait look. Speaking of portrait look, if you have an iPhone 2, you want to avoid portrait mode, at least for this landscape stuff, because we don't want to blur the background. And then lastly, this is for portrait pictures. You actually want to do the opposite of what I just said and actually zoom in. So the reason why we want to do this is because if you don't zoom in, something's going to happen called lens distortion, which means is that it's going to throw off our proportions, and we don't want that when it comes to portrait photography, meaning pictures of people. This matters more if the landscape is not important and you more so want to catch yourself in a nice outfit or just looking nice, all right? So for iPhone, I recommend that you zoom in minimum 1.5x, but I found that 1.7x or even 2.0 works fairly well. Android, you're gonna have to play around and see what the zoom factor is for you. But if you zoom in, you'll notice that it's gonna make your features look a bit more appealing, more attractive. It's not gonna have a lot of distortion with it. And when it comes to even an Instagram post, maybe you can combine both. You can do the zoom in portrait pictures, you can do the wide out rule of thirds sort of composition pictures, and then at night when you go somewhere, you can do the night flash photography. Combine those and you're immediately going to start taking better pictures with your cell phone. Now, if you guys want more help in terms of implementation of these processes in terms of taking more attractive photos, definitely be sure to click the link down below where we actually go through your Instagram, audit your profiles, and see where you can improve and provide that help for you. All right, we'll also teach you how to source actual photographer if that's the route you want to go, or like I said, just take amazing pictures on your cell phone without any external equipment. All right, subscribe for more practical tips, and I'm gonna see you guys next video.